us now is Roger Kahn, and Roger is the president of Champion Office Suites. Welcome, how are you?
Good morning, thank you.
Now, Office Suites, tell me a little bit about why you started that concept.
The way people work has changed. With laptops, iPads, people don't need to be in an office. However, the traditional office has not really changed to accommodate that. We represent the accommodation of the office to the way people are really working today.
And it's called a virtual office.
That's correct.
And what services could someone get from your company?
You can get from us everything that you can get in a traditional office. The beauty of it is it's much more flexible and it's much less expensive.
Is it kind of like a time-sharing concept where you kind of pay as you go, you pay for the time that you need?
Exactly. With the old office space or traditional office space, people basically lease it. You pay for it on a 24-hour basis. With us, you get the address and you use the space when you need it, effectively paying for it only when you need it.
Now, do sometimes people have their mail delivered there, or do they have someone answering the phones for them there?
We do both.
Okay.
The clients will use our address as their address. They have a locked mailbox with us, and we have a full reception staff that not only answers the call in their names, but we have the technology that we can announce that call to them wherever they are in the world and connect it through to them. So they effectively have the same reception service they would have in a traditional office with us.
What do you think was most significant in people realizing that a virtual office was a concept that would be viable?
The biggest hurdle is getting over the fact that you don't have that space where you can leave your files, leave your papers at the end of the day. Once people get over that, and it's usually a very quick transition, it's a piece of cake. And for those of the clients who have a problem with that, we have file space that they can rent from us, so they can leave files at the office.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or maybe even like a small locker.
Correct.
So that you could put like a picture of your family, a picture of your dog. You know, you could just take it out of the locker, decorate your office, right, for the day.
It's interesting that you say that, because a lot of people will say, well, can I bring in pictures? Can I bring in my business cards and put, you know, my accessories on the desk? And of course we say yes. That lasts usually for their first or second visit, and after that they realize it doesn't make a difference.
They don't need that. They don't need the crutch of that comfortability of personalization. They just go in and do their work.
Correct.
And what do you feel makes Champion a better selection maybe over another virtual office? Why you? Why Champion?
Champion, there are very few businesses that are actually focused on virtual offices. Most of the competitors are focused on what's called the executive office space or the full-time space, where someone will rent one office within a large suite, and that's their office. Not really very different than a traditional office, it's just on a much smaller scale. With us, we focus on the virtual client, the one that comes in and uses the space by the hour.
And what are some tips for people if they're looking to maybe transition between having an everyday office or having all that overhead and trying a virtual office? Would you suggest maybe they try it before they give up their office space, make sure that they like it, or what tips would you give?
What most people will end up doing is they'll get to the end of a lease, or there'll be a home-based business to start off with, and they realize that they need the credibility and the image that an office address gives them. And it becomes a very simple hurdle to get over, and hurdle is probably too strong a word to use.
What successes have you heard of? Like, do people come back to you and say, oh my gosh, Roger, this was incredible, this worked out great? Tell us a little bit.
I had a lawyer join us. A lot of our clients are lawyers. They find it a great way to work. He had traditional office space, had a firm of X number of people, decided that was it, he didn't want to deal with it anymore. He got his first bill from me after about 3 or 4 weeks, and he walks by my office getting his mail, and he said, I want to talk to you about the bill. And my first reaction was, of course, oh boy, this isn't going to be good. On his way back, he stops in my office. He said, Roger, I have to tell you something. I have everything here that I had in the office space, traditional office space, if you will, last month. Everything I have here, I've got now for less than what I was paying on my electric bill. This is fantastic.
Phenomenal. So you're helping support businesses as well.
Absolutely.
So you're a solution, and you're obviously contributing to people's success. So thank you. And if people wanted to find out more about your particular location, how could they find you, Roger? 2
ways to do it. One is go to our website, which is www.virtualofficeny.com, or they can call us at 866-505-20 1225.
And I also know that your website's also a great resource. So even if somebody doesn't live in this general area, but they live out of state, you always put tips up and things like that. So
yes.
You're a real nice resource for people to have. So thank you for being on our show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.